show, the 3-minute guide to utilitarianism.
Okay, Jeremy Bentham, the main proponent of utilitarianism. This is a quote from him. Humankind has been placed under the governance of two sovereign masters, pleasure and pain. So Bentham was a highly respected social reformer. He's famous for having his body stuffed at the University College in London.
Embalmed.
So, the hedonic calculus was the scientific method that Bentham made to help him decide which pleasures are best when making moral decisions. And there are 7 main principles to his calculus: purity, remoteness, intensity, certainty, extent, duration, and chance of success. And all of these he felt were equally important in coming to a decision about which pleasure is best. So, Fred, how do you remember the hedonic calculus of Bentham?
Well, Phil, I like to do C priced: purity, remoteness, intensity, certainty, extent, duration, and chance of success.
That's price C.
Well, that worked too, you know. That's if anything, somehow better. Phil, what must we remember about Jeremy Bentham?
Well, Fred, Jeremy Bentham is an act utilitarian, and this means that he's concerned with the acts of individuals and not especially with the acts of the community, which is more towards John Stuart Mill.
Bringing us on to our next utilitarian. John Stuart Mill was the original rule utilitarian because he believed that rules based on utility should be placed into society. And Mill argued that although Bentham's theory of utilitarianism was good, it wasn't quite there yet. Mill stated that Bentham was wrong to stress the goodness of pleasure because he believed that happiness was more important than pleasure. And Mill also dismissed Bentham's hedonic calculus because he thought that pleasures should be weighed up by dividing the higher pleasures from the lower pleasures, which then the higher pleasures were things which were more sort of intellectual, like he gave the examples of opera and theatre and literature, as opposed to the lower pleasures, which are more sort of animalistic pleasures, such as like enjoying food or whatever. And so Mill thought that as humans we should always strive for the higher pleasures, and he's famous for saying, it is better to be a human being dissatisfied than a pig satisfied, better to be Socrates dissatisfied than a fool satisfied. And he's actually been criticised for that because it's been said that he's sort of suggesting that people are less human if they're not intellectual, which is not quite right. Mill also thought that Bentham's utilitarianism justified barbaric acts such as, and this is given the example of the sadistic guards, and this is the example where 3 guards are torturing a prisoner for their entertainment because they're bored. And Mill thought that obviously this was wrong, and so we must apply rules to utilitarianism which we must all follow as opposed to acts, because not everyone would follow acts in society. And
Finally, we'd like to thank you for watching the Fred and Phil show.
yeah, we hope it's been an informative experience for everyone involved, including us, with our research. Yeah. So.